Hello everyone, this is Andres here. So today I'm gonna be talking about when am I going to be going to UCF for my BA degree in fall of 2023. So before I'm gonna be talking about my stats video, I have something to share with you guys. Don't mean to brag because I'm sharing with you the tips that you guys would like to see of colleges that you guys want to go. So remember that getting good grades doesn't guarantee to get to top schools, because it's only about your passion and that you love, not about your grades. Because remember that doing passion that you love is more important than having good grades. Hope you guys understand that. So today I'm going to be talking about my journalism major. So remember that you have to get at least a 2.5 GPA in order to get to your journalism major. If not, it doesn't guarantee that you get to accept it. You have to apply for application first. Then you can get to that major. So please remember that. For English 1101 and 1102, you have to pass it with an A- or above. If not, you're gonna have to take the occupational test for reading and writing in order to get accepted. If not, you're gonna have to take another literature and English course in order to pass it with an A3 or above. If not, you're gonna have to take it again to pass with an A3 or above. If not, you cannot get that major. So please remember that, keep that in mind, because journalism is a limited access program, so it's a competitive. So yeah, I recommend all of you guys get at least higher grades in community college in order to get to that major. So keep that in mind, that if you guys don't get into the major, please do not worry about it. You guys can go to other colleges in order to get that major. If not, you can study communication as well, because it can help you to work as a journalist. Hope you guys understand that. So something you have to keep that in mind. And I post right here so you guys can see it. So hope you guys understand that. So before I'm going to be talking about my stats, I'm going to be talking about my future. So for this coming December, I'm going to be getting my A degree in general studies after I pass my clip 1 and 2 for Spanish language. So I don't know when I'm going to be taking my clip test, honestly, because I have to make an appointment for it. So you guys want to take the clip, you have to make an appointment for it. So please keep that in mind, that you have to buy a ticket to pay $89 in order to get that test. So please keep that in mind, that, like always. So after I get my A degree in journal studies from Valencia College, I'm gonna be taking my semester next year in spring off from university to attend acting studio to get training, because that's something I would like to do, because acting is my dream career when I was a younger age. I want to be an actor on television, so I do know that it's not that easy, so I know that I can handle it. So I'm gonna be building those skills until I get better at it, and that way I can be a famous actor. So we'll see how it goes. So that's why I'm gonna be going to acting studio right here in Orlando. So stay tuned for that. So now moving on to the stats. So first I'm gonna start with high school. Moving on to GPA. My GPA is a 3.7 out of 4.0 scales, because of the 3.7, I have an amount of D's and B's and amount of A's. Also, I had a C in one course, so it does not affect me at all. So it doesn't define me as who I am, just like it doesn't define you as who you are. So keep that in mind, that GPA is not everything. Doing the passion that you love is more important than having good grades. Hope you guys keep that in mind, like always. Also remember that improving grades is more important than having good grades. Hope you guys keep that in mind as you go to the process, college. So moving on to rank. For my rank, I was at 28th of my whole school, so I was the top 8 to 10% of my graduation class, so that means that I was not a valedictorian or salutatorian. I was just a top 8 through 10%. That's about it. Moving on to ACT. For my math, I had a 16. For my reading, I had a 14. For my English, I had an 8. And for science, I had an 11. So I took a once in my spring semester my senior year, and I got a 12. So it's still bad, but I still make it to community college. So if you guys don't get into top schools, please do not worry about it. You can still get into some top schools. If not, you can get to community college just like me. So don't be ashamed of that. So we're going to extracurriculars. For extracurriculars, I was in Boys and Girls Club from 7th to my freshman year of high school because I decided to do that. So that's why I put it there. Also, I was in teen center from 8th to 10th grade, so that was my favorite thing to do because I made a lot of friends. I was talking to them. Also, I did something that I love, something like that. Also, I was in Spanish club for my sophomore year, so I ate a lot of food for Spanish, so that's why we didn't do nothing that much in that club. So I was in National Honor Study for my senior years because I had a 3.5 or above. So in order to have that membership, you have to get at least a 3.0 or above in order to get that to be a membership. So please keep that in mind. Also, moving on to honors and awards. For my honors and awards, I was an honor student for 9th to 12th grade. I was a principal's honor for 11th grade for my first semester. I had a coupon from PX for receiving straight A's for my third trimester for my junior year. Also, I had a yellow honors cord for being a top 8 to 10% of my graduating class in a senior year because I had good grades in every semester of high school. Remember that? I don't mean to brag, I just sharing the tips for you guys and how you guys can get to top schools. So keep that in mind, don't forget about it. I had a green cord for honoring my dad deployed while I was in my high school career, so that's why I put it there. Moving on to community service. For my community service, I was in Boy Scouts for my first year of middle school, so I was there for a short time, so I was there for a couple months. I didn't want to do it because it was not for me. Moving on to my community college stats. So for my community college stats, I did not even take it seriously because for my first time going to community college, my grades were low. So for my second time going to community college, my grades were good. For my third time, my grades were shrinking down. Also, for my fourth time, I took a little seriously. For my fifth time going to college, I didn't take it seriously, but a little bit. Also, for my sixth time going to college, I started to take more seriously from this past spring semester and fall semester. So if you guys understand that, remember that grades is not everything. They're important, but they're not the most important. Hope you guys understand that doing the passion I love is more important than having good grades. Hope you guys understand that. You don't need to have good grades in community college in order to get to top schools. Hope you guys understand that. However, for your journalism major from UCF, you need to get at least higher grades in order to get to that major. So keep that in mind. That it doesn't guarantee to accept as an admission because you still need to take the placement test in order to pass it when you don't get an A in English courses. So keep that in mind. As long as you have your CLEP tests, AP courses, or your IB courses, then you get accepted to the program. If not, you might not gonna be able to get accepted to the program. So keep that in mind like always. Because I just read it from college applicants, so keep that in mind. So moving on to honors and awards. For my honors and awards, I was in these lists for this past fall and spring semester, so I put it there because I'm not trying to brag, so I just put it there because I was there, so that's why I took it seriously for this past school year, so that's why I had good grades. Also, I was in Rotary West Orlando from 2 years ago, and I was in Eileen Stanek Scholarship from this year. I was in Overseas Scholarship for this past fall semester. I was in Mass Overseas Scholarship from this past fall semester and spring semester. Now moving on to extracurricular activities. For my extracurricular activities, I was in Mu Alpha Theta, which is a Math Honor Society from my other community college, so I went to parties with them, so that's why I received it. I was in Valencia Math Club from May 2020. Also, I was in Zoom because I didn't do that much. I didn't go there before the pandemic started because I was focused on my studies. That's why I decided to go in this coming fall semester. Also, I was in Valencia Volunteers from February 2020. I was in an American Student Organization from spring 2022 to spring 2022. Also, I received a stove from my graduation in this coming fall semester. Also, for student development, I was there from January 2021. That's why I put it there. It was from last year. I was in Valencia Film Production Club. However, I didn't go there because of the pandemic. That's why I didn't go to that club. I didn't get opportunities about it. So no worries. I was in Career Center from this past January 2022. Also, I was in Pookie's Pantry from this past February 2022. So that's all for my extracurricular activities. So hope you guys keep that in mind that doing passion that you love is more important than having good grades. Hope you guys understand that. Getting good grades doesn't guarantee to get into the good schools that you wish to go. So keep that in mind. Remember that stats is not everything. They're important, but they're not the most important. Hope you guys understand that. Like always, remember that you don't need to have perfect grades in order to get to top schools. You also can have decent grades and get into top schools. And you also can have perfect grades and not get into top schools. So keep that in mind that if you guys don't get into top schools that you wish for, please do not worry about it. You also can go to community college just like me. I have been to community college for a long time. So don't freak out about it. If you guys did the same thing as I did, please do not worry about it. I've been through that as well. So keep that in mind that don't freak out about it. Even though you guys don't have good grades, please do not think too hard on yourself because it's not worth it. You guys can improve your grades from getting bad grades. Please remember that. Improving your grades is more important than having good grades. Hope you guys remember that also. Remember that whatever works for you might not work for me, just like whatever works for me might not work for you. Always gotta remember that like always, because it's what everybody says in the video. So for my tips advice is that if you guys don't get into top schools, remember that to be kind to yourself, be gentle with myself, be gentle with yourself, be gentle with everybody, and that way people will get to be gentle with you. So please remember that. If you don't get into journalism major as your school in UCF, please remember that. Be kind to yourself. Just start away, pretend that you didn't accept it, and stuff like that. Remember that. If you guys don't get accepted to journalism major from one of schools, please don't worry about it. You also can go to community college in order to get to that major as well. So keep that in mind. Remember that getting good grades doesn't guarantee to get accepted to good schools. So keep that in mind. You also can get bad grades and get into good schools as well. So keep that in mind like always. If you guys don't get into any good schools that you like, please do not worry about it. You also can go to community college just like me because, like I said before, I've been to that as well. So keep that in mind. If you guys have any questions, just comment down below. And if you guys want to message me, just private message me. I will be happy to hear that. If you guys want to be friends, just follow me on social media on Instagram, and that way you guys can message me and stuff like that. I mean, in person. So that's all this video. So hope you enjoyed the stats tips that I'm gonna give you, the advices. So if you guys have any questions about UCF, just comment down below, and that way I'll be happy to answer that as much as I can. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Peace out.